demonstration today has hopefully made those people in that building sit up and take notice and realise how serious this issue is, because we've shown determination of firefighters in South Yorkshire and firefighters throughout the UK to support them every step of the way to defend their jobs and defend their conditions. And I want to be clear, I want Mr Smitherman to realise, and Councillor Andrews and everyone else sitting in that building, sacking and dismissal and re-engagement of FBU members is not acceptable here, it's not acceptable anywhere, and we will fight it every step of the way. Because the truth is, Mr Smitherman keeps going on the telly and saying this is a relatively minor change. We have never had it in the fire service before. We're not going to accept it in South Yorkshire, and it's about time they realise they're going to have to change direction pretty quickly or they'll have a strike on their hands. We've just heard this afternoon, because these people have been saying this isn't about making cuts. We've just heard from that fire authority meeting that a paper has been presented that the way they intend to fund this package that they're now offering, which you told them what they could do with, the way they intend to fund that is by 39 job losses. So it's nonsense when they claim this isn't about cuts. Cuts is what's driving this agenda, just as it's driving the agenda throughout the fire service across the UK. And we've told, every time we've seen shift changes in the fire service, it's been a prelude to another step, and that step is to reduce emergency cover at night. And that means that our members' safety is compromised, and it means the safety of the people of South Yorkshire is compromised. And this union and firefighters within this union will protect our service for ourselves and for the communities that we serve, and will continue to do that. In 2007, I came up to visit this fire service in the middle of those floods, and I went here and I went to Humberside, and I saw what our members from South Yorkshire, Humberside and all over the United Kingdom had come together into Yorkshire and Humberside in regards to those terrible floods. And they put themselves far beyond what their contractual obligations were, and they waded through water without adequate training, without adequate equipment, because that's what firefighters do for their communities. And at the time, they were praised to high heaven by the chief officer and by those people sitting on that fire authority. And what an absolute disgrace that only 2 years down the line, they threatened to sack you, rip up your contracts and send you down the river. I've been told this is a minor change. Well, I want to be very clear, and now out the press are listening. The Fire Brigades Union in South Yorkshire, supported by us, is willing to negotiate around the issues that they have raised. But what we are not prepared to accept is the methods by which these characters are intending to force their change through. We've put proposals to alternative shift arrangements. They claim it's about saving money through efficiency savings. The proposals which our officials have worked on produce greater efficiency savings than Smitherman's. So why won't they talk about it? The only reason can be that they want 12-hour shifts in order to attack nighttime cover further down the line. So we won't accept that now, and we won't accept it. And we've heard, and it's been mentioned this afternoon already, from politicians in all three major parties about the scale of the cuts that they intend to make. And Gordon Brown came to the TUC about decisions, but we need to protect frontline services. Well, not in the fire service they're not, because all the attacks in the fire service are targeted at frontline emergency firefighters' jobs. While we see expanding human resource managers, we see see chief fire officers, by the way, including here, going to their fire authority with a publicly funded report that says they need a big pay rise, and then these people have the nerve to come to us and tell us to tighten our belts. There's no belt tightening going on up there, I tell you. But we have no choice. There is no choice, unfortunately, for the Fire Brigades Union. We have to stand together and fight, and that's what we intend to do. The fact is, the only organisation in the fire service that defends the service, the only organisation anywhere in the UK that sticks up for firefighters, that sticks up for the fire service, is the Fire Brigades Union. Because chief fire officers, when they're asked to make cuts, simply say, how much cuts do you want me to make? The only people who argue and defend our service and defend our profession is the Fire Brigades Union, and will continue to do that. And I want to give notice, because I've told these people here, and I've told the national employers, and I've told the government that this union will not stand by and see what they are doing to South Yorkshire. We will organise to defend them. And we've called an emergency meeting of brigade officials on the 8th of October to discuss the crisis in South Yorkshire and the crisis in industrial relations in our service. And if that means we need to recall our conference, then we'll do that as well. Firefighting is based on teamwork, and it's based on sticking together and looking after each other. And that's what we do. That's what we did in them floods. That's what we do every day when we go out to emergency calls. We stick together and we look after each other. And that's what this union is about as well. And that's what this dispute is about. We will stick together, we'll stand strong, and we'll stay united. Thank you very much.